yo, what up, everybody? It's your girl, Sophia, back here on Sophia's Football Talk to talk about Norway's game against Georgia or Georgia in the Euro Cup qualifiers. I know probably a lot of people are most likely more so, tuned in potentially for, England versus Scotland, as they had a friendly, but people, I was watching the nation where I live, Norway, actually playing a very good game, at least in first half, but we were very close to fumble the bag at the end of the day. Um, very close. So we'll talk about that. We need to, talk about some interesting players definitely needs to get mentioned to get some accolades and all of that. So before we do, make sure you give this video here a big thumbs up, and of course also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Subscriber count, live subscriber count actually is up right here. So if you are new, you like the vibe of the channel, subscribe. We don't always just do Man United type of content. We also do international football and focus on both the men's and the women's team. And I do like to cover like Norway's um, both teams as much as possible. But I ain't gonna hold you. It's gonna be nice now that the international break is coming to a close, coming to an end. Gonna be nice to get, the Prem back and of course Champions League next week. But we'll do all of that type of stream once we get into it. By the way, feel free to, of course, also join the SFT membership. Link is in the description box. It's just another way to support the channel. But yeah, let's get into the nitty gritty. Big up to Bobby K. Big up to Niall. Niall is Scottish, and Scotland is at the top of Norway's group. We have Spain that slapped up Cyprus, another killer. I didn't watch the game, but I did see the score. I think it was like 6-0 against Cyprus. They also won like 7-1, I believe, against Georgia this past weekend. So Spain definitely, they're trying to snap up that second spot in the group, which probably could be the case. I mean, Norway still have an opportunity, but it won't be very difficult. I believe the next game we're going to be in this qualifying qualifiers, I should say, would be in October. That's going to actually be against Spain. That's a big one. So I do think, like, let's say if we suddenly win that one and then maybe draw or win potentially, I think it might be a game against Georgia or another, or it might be Cyprus actually. Then suddenly you could potentially, maybe, just maybe, actually qualify to the Euro next year. It's been many, many years since we were able to do that, which it's okay. Once again, I know I keep always saying this, but the year was 2000, the last time Norway qualified. Okay, and I say this on the men's side. Okay, the men's, at least the women get into the tournaments. Okay, we haven't done much the last few years, 10, 15 years, but at least they get into tournaments. The men doesn't. They just be like, you know what, we'll try. Finally, we have some great talents out there. We, the biggest star, Haaland, did score in um, basically the first goal. A wonderful, great assist cross by one of the newcomers. Okay, we need to remember this name because for me, this was the man of the match that I want to focus on. Antonio Nusa. He has a longer name, so let me put some respect on this 18-year-old because he deserves it. Okay, just calm out. Just give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay, because I don't know the full on name, but okay, Antonio Monsele Nurbi Nusa. Remember that. This kid, winger on the left, plays for Club Rouge. Okay, this was his second game playing for Norway's national team, right? He played in, the debut was past Thursday against Jordan. It was a friendly. We slapped them up 6-0 at home. But there was a lot of debutants, as in the likes of Antonio Nusa, but freaking hell, this kid, wow. He got subbed up in the 70th minute, and a lot of people were thinking, why was he subbed up? This a little bit weird. Looks to be that might have been like a knock to his, I believe it might have been his right knee, as he was, sat there on the bench with an ice pack on his knee. So hopefully he'll be okay. Either way, definitely one for the future. 18 years old, okay? 18 years old. Remember that. I ain't gonna hold you. Definitely impressed me a lot. Okay. Wow. Also, for the second goal, which was scored by Martin Odegaard, who also had an outstanding game. Martin Odegaard is Norway's captain, right? Um, been playing for the national team for years. I remember how he was like, I think he might have been 15, 16 years old when he first got his debut years ago. Okay, so he's definitely one of the more senior players in terms of the experience. So it makes sense that he would be, the captain, even though at the time when he was awarded the captaincy, the captain armband, I was a bit like, I don't know. Is he maybe, doesn't give me the leader advice, but I do feel like he's grown more and more into it. I think he's kind of, in a way, maybe not necessarily the most vocal person, but I do feel like he's shown more of that. I would probably say the past month you've seen more of him growing into this. Especially, it's also helping, of course, being the captain of Arsenal as well. Getting into that role. If there's other players dropping their heads, he's gonna be there lifting them up. But I do feel like, in a way, Erdogan maybe gives me a little bit of De Bruyne, with the fact that I'm not saying like in comparison to like the actual quality. I'm just saying, sometimes people might just have to lead by performance. So he gives me a little bit that vibe, but at the same time, he ain't gonna be that one that's gonna be like, let me talk type vibes like De Bruyne does. Like, with all due respect to Kevin De Bruyne, ain't good. If you have to say, let me talk, you ain't a leader, brother. You lead by example in terms of performance. You lead by that. Ain't nobody gonna sit here and listen to you. That ain't happening. Okay, that's definitely not happening. Either way, I do once again, like, the goal looked good. But this was the first half. Those two goals came in, okay? And we were, I would say defensively resolute. We were looking good. But second half, I kind of wish that we were going a bit more with an intensity like we did in the first half. Because the first half, I was thinking we were playing some sexy football. We were playing good. There were moments where Georgia were coming a little bit in, like, of course, the big star is Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, who won, the Scudetto, the Serie A for Napoli, one of the big players to do it, alongside Victor Osimhen, Kim Min Jae, and so many others, just to name a few, of course. Finally winning Napoli's, a Serie A for Napoli after 33 years when Maradona did it, right? So, big game player, and you definitely saw whenever he was moving, drifting onto that left, if you give him some acre of space, he'll definitely going to utilize that for sure. So there were moments where he definitely was coming at us in terms of the counter. I still do feel like we were able to manage in the best way, but the last maybe 5-10 minutes of the game in the second half, I don't know what it was. Maybe we became a bit too complacent. I don't know. You were definitely seeing, the camera wasn't necessarily picking it up, but the commentators were saying, how our manager, Ståle Solbakken, was looking so animated on the pitch because he was furious of how we just weren't really on it at the final moments of the game. And that's when we ended up, of course, being a bit too vulnerable, and then you see a Georgia coming in and scoring that goal. Okay, so once they did score in the injury time, there was like, what, 2 minutes left? They could have gotten it. They were really close to make it too. I was thinking, are we really gonna fumble it? Because we kind of did something similar against Scotland earlier. I believe it was in June. Like I said, Scotland has been winning every single game in this group. They're at the top of this group. They're killing it. They're definitely getting into this, the Euro, and playing in Germany next year, 100%. Okay. Before I go through talk more about the game. And also, of course, not necessarily fully preview the game as it's going to be in October, the Spain game. But we'll talk a little bit about that and look at the table, how it looks, so that you guys can actually see it in full. But let me just read some comments. Big up to Sunshine FC. Hope you're doing well. I did see you in the comment section for, I think it might have been Saeed's channel. Big up to you. Big up to you. And I also did actually follow you on TikTok. I thought you seem dope. So sis, if you ever need to, if you ever want to work, collab sometime, hey, I definitely want to work with more people, more definitely more United fellow United fans, other football fans in general, especially amplifying more women voices out there. And non-binary, whatever. We're an open space for everybody over here. So big up to you. Says all of England will know a United fans pain with Harry Maguire now 100%. To be honest, I was seeing social media, of course, we're cranking up, the different groups, WhatsApp groups, and whatnot that I'm in. People are talking about it. Like I said, I didn't watch the game, England versus Scotland. So for me, it's like, it is what it is. But I'm not surprised. I mean, Maguire isn't match fit. He's not played that many games. He played one game. Sorry for hitting the mic. He played the last, 30 minutes of the Arsenal game? The guy won't be playing that many games. And the fact that Southgate still is thinking, yo, you know what? No, there's still going to be favoritism. We're still going to have, no, that's bad. That's bad. Because you Southgate, at some point, you will probably die on that hill. Pick up Des. Hey, we all cracking up. It is what it is. Sometimes you need to laugh. You don't laugh, you're gonna cry. You're gonna cry. It is what it is. And how did Haaland play? I mean, it was a very good header for the first goal. He had some moments, but I wasn't super. The thing with, like I said, in second half, Odegaard was very much defensively, very much on it. Okay? They were. They just showed up a lot more defensively. But I feel like a lot of people will be like, oh, what about Haaland? To me, the ones that, like I said, that stood more out is Antonio Nusa, the Club Rouge winger, and Martin Odegaard, who both had an amazing game. Yes, Haaland scored, but it wasn't you kind of wish it would be a bit more. But once again, there were some crosses here and there that wasn't really fully. He had some runs where you were thinking at the end, he tried to go alone against 4 defenders. You're not doing if it's with one dodgy one, yes, but you don't. That's not a part of Haaland's game. He ain't gonna be dribbling past 4 defenders. That's not gonna happen. He's strong. But dribbling is not the part of his game, and that's completely fine. I'm knocking him for that, but that's not his part. That's definitely not a part of his game, for sure. You gotta just use your physicality more when it comes to those transitions. Is kind of what I'm thinking. But especially once again for that one goal that he did score, it was a wonderful. People who definitely did watch the game will focus more on the cross. Not necessarily Haaland scoring, but more of the delivery of that cross that was fed to him by, once again, Antonio Nusa. Just remember that name, Antonio Nusa. Remember that name. Because I will be mindful. I will not be surprised if there's going to be a bigger club than Club Rouge amongst Europe that will come up, maybe even in January or in the summer next year, coming in, grabbing this guy. Because this kid, rapid, love the dribbling, energetic. Just looks so unafraid. That's kind of what I'm missing. When the wingers want to take on defenders, they want to take on their opponents. That's what sometimes I feel like we've been missing. I'm bored with the keep the ball too much and maybe wait for your friend, your colleague to come by, your teammate. Oh, friends. I'm tired, people. I'm tired. I want to see a step over. I want to see you get past one guy or two. Let me see something. Make football fun again. Okay? Of course, we can't just be doing all of, you can't just be like, okay, let me run past somebody, but then the end product isn't there. That for me, then what's the point? Okay? But there's something special. There's potential with the kid. And I liked it. I liked it. Big up Roger, hope you're doing well. Did Erling bag few goals today? One goal, the opening goal. I mean, it's 2-1, so like it wasn't embraced, by the way, people. Like, come on now. Calma. Will Haaland flop? Hopefully will not flop. I don't think so. I mean, if Bruno can feed him the way he fed Gonzalo Inacio, especially Gonzalo Inacio, freaking hell. If he can do that, then hey, I'm just saying. Pick up the rabbit says, hold on for me is more of a threat, more of a great target man if supplied right. He's banging in goals plenty. Of course. That's why we just, we got to keep utilizing those type of strengths when it comes to Haaland, because once again, we do need to remember, as he does bang in a lot of goals of Man City, rightfully so, the levels between the quality when it comes to a Man City and Norway's national team, that is very significant. Okay? It ain't the same. Okay? Let's be honest. Toe to toe, it ain't the same. Definitely not. But there are still some interesting players, still some good and decent players out there. But we have to wait and see how this unfolds. I mean, either way, the most important thing is that we won this game against Georgia, which I'm very happy about, 100%. Don't get it twisted. I'm very happy, but we have to keep it moving. And now to see you soon at Hampton, Sofia, for the final match. Hey, it says Scotland versus Norway final game. Yeah, exactly. So that could suddenly become like a final in a way, because I'm definitely sure, more or less sure that Scotland will be going through. Like, that's, it's more so going to be like, okay, who will get the second spot? So let's look at the group since we're here. Pick up the Jordan. Hope you're doing well. Here, as y'all can see, this is updated. So after both of the games today, so Spain played Cyprus. Poor little Cyprus, at the bottom, lost 5 out of 5 games, 0 points. Freaking hell. Minus 15 in goal difference. Lord have mercy. Okay. Once again, Lord have mercy. Okay. It's math. It is math. So we see Scotland, on the other hand, with 5 out of 5 wins. Obviously today they of course played like a friendly against England. What was it? I believe what did they lose 2-1? Was 2-1 the overall score? That could be the case. And then Spain second here. They still have 1 game less played than Norway, but they have 9 points, while we have 7. Georgia have 4. They've lost 3 games. We won 2, lost 2, and we drew 1. But there definitely is an issue, because once again, this game could have ended in a draw, if we're going to be very honest. Once again, like I said, and Grekers dram is mentioned here in Norwegian. Let me read this. In Norwegian. Hva er greia med Norges tendens til å rakne fullstendig i sluttminuttene? Er de for naive i forvaltningen av energi? Er det pek av mangel på kamptrening på for mange spillere? Hva faen skjer? By the way, I did swear at the end. Ooh, sorry. Okay, I'm not gonna even what should I say? Pound per pound translate this. Okay, basically, Drum, by the way, big up to you. Basically, if we're just gonna be, overly, not like directly translate this, but this overall premise of what Drum, definitely complaining of, and speaking about like what the hell is wrong with, what the hell is the deal with Norway just completely capitulating in the final minutes of a game? Are they maybe being a bit too naive in terms of the energy levels? Could it maybe be due to the lack of proper training, prior to the games, due to it being way too many players? And the last question was, what the hell? Or particularly, yeah, what the hell is happening? Or what the damn? What the damn? Damn it. Hell. All the above. So yeah, that's what Gregers Dram is saying. And for me, Gregers Dram, fam, I don't know either, man. I don't know. I don't know. It's I think they get too complacent, some of them. Some of them, it could be what you're saying. Could it maybe be that they just get too tired at the end, maybe? Could that be the case potentially? You never know. But then there has to be something. Then you have to figure out, how can we make it better? Okay, do we need to maybe sort out something in the training prior to the games potentially? I don't know. I've been seeing some training comps videos prior to the games, and it looked alright. But I don't know. There's definitely an issue, because it at the end, when it was just really annoying how we couldn't just keep a clean sheet. We had 2-0. We had a very good first half. I felt like this was the best football from Norway's Mets team I've seen in a while. Just that, if we go by that first half. So I do think it's a bit unfortunate, and not, you know what? No, not a bit unfortunate. It's very frustrating to have to feel like, why we're dropping down in the levels so quickly at the end. Is it lack of concentration potentially? I don't know. It can be all of the above, potentially. But something has to give, because once Georgia did score that one goal, and we had 2 minutes left of the game in the injury time, I was thinking, this kind of gave me a little bit of PTSD. It gave me a bit of a vibe from when we lost to Scotland back in June, when they won 2-1 at the end. I'm pretty sure we first scored. We were up 1-0. Pretty sure that's the case. And then they equalized, and then at the end they scored. I think John McGinn scored one of the goals. I could be completely wrong, but I feel like that might have been the case. Either way, it wasn't good whatsoever. So we have to be better at, just completely closing off games. Just kill games. That's the key word. Kill games off. Okay? You're leading 2-0 by halftime. Second half, kill it off. Go strong. Okay? Don't invite them back into the game. Kill it off. Make it 3-0. Make it 4-0. Come on, done. It's over. It's over. That's the type of mentality that we should be having. But there's something with Norway that just, we haven't really been able to lock. We haven't found the key yet to what is wrong with this Norway's team, both the men's and the women. There's some type of winning mentality that isn't really there. We're trying to, get it back brick by brick, and making sure that it's there. But I mean, luckily we got, we were able to see it out. But once again, a close call. Imagine if we would have dropped points. Imagine if we would have dropped points. That would have been 5 points to both us and Georgia. It's an issue. Pick up Lewis. Hope you're doing well. There's only one Tore André Flo and Big Henning Berg, no religion. Not most about some of the Norwegian. Yeah. Come on now. We had some, yeah. My dad used to tell me about Tore André Flo back in the day, especially. Okay? Whew. Yeah. Question for Ravi. What is the difference in style play between the men's and women's teams? I mean, technically, when it comes to the women's team, we have now, the coach, the former manager right now has left, right? She resigned about almost 2 weeks ago now. And y'all know I did like a video, was it yesterday, I believe? talking about Odegaard and Solskjaer being contacted by the Norwegian FA to potentially become the new Norway women's national team manager, but he declined. He isn't ready. So I can't necessarily say exactly what that type of style of play is because, to be honest, I didn't necessarily know exactly what we were trying to do with the women's team. I felt like we were being a bit too defensive, um, especially that game against Japan. I remember the last game where we didn't qualify. I mean, we didn't advance and go through to the quarterfinal of the Women's World Cup this past summer. You have to use the strengths of having, some tall players as well. Sometimes you just gotta say it as it is. You got tall players, some players that are good with, the headers and whatnot, and utilize that sometimes. Sometimes you gotta put in those crosses. Sometimes you just gotta do a little bit of a Sean Dyche type of ball. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Lewis says, I'm not doing well. Can't be bothered anymore with football. Lewis, hey, I feel you. It's been tough for us United fans, Lewis. But Lewis, we can do this. You're not alone. Just know that you are not alone, Lewis. Okay? If this can be a little bit of a, escape from all of that, then hey, it's a space for you, fam. It's a space for you. But once again, you ain't alone. I feel it. I feel it. And I hope it all works out. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I do completely hear you on that for sure. What else? So yeah, like I said, if we're looking at the group here, I mean, there are some more games coming up. Let me double check again. Norway. Let's see here. Okay, so next game is okay, the first game. Wait, why did I think it was going to be Spain? Oh, no. My bad. There's actually going to be, technically, there's 3 more games in the qualifiers, and then it's going to be a friendly. But we have, okay, so in October, basically exactly a month today from today, we're going to be meeting Cyprus, I believe, away. I expect us to win that game, and then it's going to be against Spain. Will be great if we can win that. And then the final one, by the way, the one against Spain is actually going to be here at home. That game is, by the way, over sold out. Would have been dope if I can win some tickets or try to get tickets, but yeah, would have been dope to go to the game. But then again, like Spain is just like, yeah, I don't know. I've never been too what should I say? Excited about Spain ever, especially this Spain nation definitely doesn't do much for me at all. By the way, at all. But what I was saying was, Spain once again Sunday on the 15th of October, and then a friendly on the 16th of November, and then we have Scotland November 19th, which is one of my best friend's birthday, actually. So November 19th is that like big game against Scotland, which essentially this all what you see here at the end. You never know. You can suddenly see a Norway getting second. Oh my God. If Norway gets second, if Norway qualify to the Euros, my God, that is going to be scenes. Okay? Literally, I was on my way home from work, waiting for the subway. And then suddenly, as I ended late, it was kind of like an hour before the game was going to start. So there were a lot of people was going to go to the game, right? As it's not that far away. So there was bare people, like probably like 20, 30 people that was waiting for the other subway with like Norwegian flags. Somebody had like drums. They were like super loud. I mean, hey, the enthusiasm, I do love it, but I was just like, yo, loud. Ooh. But big up though. So at least we did win. And they don't have to go home and be like, oh, we didn't win. We did win. So yeah. Oh, Lewis, no problem, Lewis. Once again, we are all here with you, brother. Okay, you are not alone. We're here with you for sure, 100%. Ravi asked if you had thoughts on the mentality Norway showed tonight. I think I already kind of um, have mentioned that. I do feel like we can get better. We dropped off a bit at the end there. Luckily, we were still able to get all those points to still keep us in the qualifiers. But the thing is, though, it is if we keep doing this, then at some point we might end up getting that karma like we did against Scotland, right? Um, but we have to wait and see. We have to wait and see. So I do think the mentality has to get better. It has to utilize what we did in the first half with the intensity. We were playing some very nice fluid type football, fast-paced football. I really enjoyed it. I was like, yes. And once again, with, like I said, Antonio Nusa here with the 20 on his shirt. Looked very good. Looked very good. Thoughts on the lineup and subs today? I do think the lineup looked alright, and with the subs, I mean, I think we might have made it a bit too defensively when Sandberg came in because he was being, I don't know. Ola Solbakken, who I do think that he used to play Bodø/Glimt and Roma. I don't know if he still plays for Roma or if he went, like if he's still a Roma player, but I know he plays for another club. But I don't know if that's loan. But that guy, that I do not mind. And there was also another. What's that name again? It was one player which was more so like I think one of the fullbacks, which I really did enjoy. I was like, yo, Björkan. He looked good. Which team does he play for? He plays for Bodø/Glimt? No? Does he play for Wait. Yeah, he plays for Bodø/Glimt. He looked very good. Rapid. And some parts of the defense were looking good, but the more I look at the actual lineup, I actually do think it looked pretty good to me. We were just in second half, we're kind of be inviting them way too much in the game is what I think. But yeah, we have to wait and see how this goes. Of course, I will definitely be back with what should I say, a match preview whenever we're back with the international break in October. So 4 weeks from now, we'll then talk about Norway. But until then, I'm gonna definitely be gassed to talk about, Man United on a different note. Preview Man United versus Brighton this weekend. Of course, the Champions League. We'll talk about that next week. So I'm definitely very much gassed. But yeah, I think we're just gonna end it at that. I'll pick up Ming. We're just about to end the show. But if you guys are watching on the replay, do let me know your thoughts in the comment section, as it does help the algorithm. And of course, if you haven't liked the video, make sure that you do like the video, because the more likes we get, the more we're able to push the likes out there, or no, push the video out there so that more people can see it. Once again, this is a live subscriber count. We actually, right before I went live, we actually did lose a subscriber. But hey, it is what it is. We did gain a couple of, the past weeks. So, I'll big up to those who are new. We are on the road to 3K subscribers. So let's make that happen, shall we? And feel free to join the SFT membership. Link is in the description box. Also, I do have my own Fantasy Premier League. So that is also a link in the description, as well as a code. So if anybody wants to join, feel free, just for vibes. This is actually my brother that's at the top of the group so far. And he triple captain Haaland in the last game when who did they play? Was it Sheffield they played? I think it might have been Sheffield. Somebody, when he scored a hat trick, and I think he also got an assist. So, and me, I ain't doing so well. But either way, it's fun. Regardless, people, I will be back tomorrow. I'm actually going to be doing a ranking type of video, ranking Saudi Pro Leagues club kits. So that's going to be a show, a live stream that I'm going to do tomorrow night, and then we'll do some other type of streams throughout the week. So I'll be back. Big up to Ed. We're just wrapping up, but big up to you. Just rewind. Let me know what you think. And that's that, people. We're just gonna, not gonna be the long stream, and that's that. Either way, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great time, and bye bye. Glory, glory, Man United, Forza Inter, and Heil Norge.
Are you all right? Yes. No, you are all left.